to give you a sense of where the money's going, this is a perfect story about our problem with government. Now, the stereotype that conservatives put out there is, oh, liberals love big government, and they love government spending. Now, let me ask you something. Why? Why would we believe that? Like, so am I in favor of all government spending? What kind of moron would be in favor of all government spending? Shouldn't you ask the very simple question of, what is it we're spending money on? What are we getting back? But no liberal actually says that. It's a straw man argument. So some liberals might say, hey, you know what? We should spend more money to make sure we all have health care, or to make sure our senior citizens don't starve in the streets. There's a specific purpose for that, and that's why we want to spend taxpayer money. We all get taxed, so we don't want to get taxed unnecessarily. Now, if you ask, though, a liberal or libertarian, or even actually real conservative voters, do you want pork barrel spending in defense, or, by the way, in any project? I mean, remember Ted Stevens, the senator from Alaska, longest-serving Republican senator, wanted to build a bridge to nowhere. Now, that was a Republican, pushed by Republicans, okay? It cost $250 million to build a bridge to like 7 dudes. Now, who's in favor of that? That's big government. Nobody's in favor of that, right? And the defense spending, pork is usually the worst of the worst, and I'll give you a perfect example. Lockheed Martin has been paid to produce these Martin F-22 Raptors. Now, they're supposed to be the state of the art, and they're stealth, and you really super can't see them. I mean, if you're looking straight at them, you can't see them. They're so stealth because, you know what? The Russians are coming, and we need these badass Raptor, stealth fighters to shoot them down. Where are the commies? Oh, right, they haven't built any ships in like 20 years, right? I don't know who we're fighting in the sky. We own the skies entirely. And look, again, you want to own the skies? Great. But how much do you need? How many of these planes do you need? And can we get them to work? So how much did we spend on the F-22 Raptors? Are you ready for this? $66.7 billion. I mean, those are in addition to the planes that we already have that dominate the world. We've got complete and utter domination without those ships, without those planes. But we spent another $66 billion anyway. And you know what happened at the end? I think you can guess it. They don't quite work right. And it turns out that a lot of the pilots flying them pass out. Yeah, that would be an important flaw if you're building a jet fighter. Over 20 pilots have passed out because the oxygen machine within the fighter doesn't work right. They don't get enough oxygen, they pass out. So you know what Lockheed Martin's doing and what our Defense Department is agreeing to? They're charging us another $24 million to fix their oxygen system. No. You spent $66 billion selling us crap where our pilots are passing out in midair, and then you want to charge us to fix it? You know why they get away with this? Because those defense contractors pay so much money to our senators and our congressmen in campaign donations, and then they hire their staffers the minute they leave. They hire those congressmen and senators the minute they leave office. They hire almost every general the minute they leave the Pentagon. So all the generals and all the politicians have all the money in the world to gain by saying, Lockheed Martin, absolutely. How many more billions of dollars would you like? Because it's not my money. It's American taxpayer money. Let's go waste it. Let's go throw it in the garbage for a plane that doesn't even work right, that if anything maybe hurts our pilots. But so we're not in favor of big government for the sake of big government. We think our government is broken because it's been bought by these companies, whether it's the big drug companies, the big oil companies, or the big defense contractors. And we're tired of it. You got to fix the core of the system, man. You got to stop letting them buy our politicians. Otherwise, you're going to continue to have this kind of grotesque waste.